Welcome to my channel. My name is Oscar, and today I'm going to be telling you the do's and don't do's of Tanzania. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be telling you the do's and don't do's in Tanzania. If this makes sense, be sure to subscribe because I have a lot of videos that are coming up about Tanzania. If you're interested in coming to Tanzania, be sure to subscribe because I'll be giving all the details about Tanzania. So let's get started. Let's start with the do's, then we come to the don't do's. The do's. Always use a boat app. Exactly. You should not travel from one place to another without a boat app. That's the first important thing that you should know. Like you really need an app for you to transport. Now, for you to move from one place to another, you really need something that is very convenient. Yes, there's some people who are suggesting the BRT bus transportation. That's the bus public transport is the rapid bus transport. I think that's correct. The BRT. So if you actually want to use that, it's gonna be congested. But if you're using the Bolt app, we don't have an Uber app. We do use it, but it's not for the cars. So if you're interested in using the cars, be sure to get the Bolt application. Now, one of the things is the do's in Tanzania, you always have to walk with your passport. A copy of your passport. You always have to walk with a copy of your passport. So if you're actually interested, be sure to know that a copy of your passport is going to help you. Like I did go to Odzungwa and they did ask me about the passport. Though they thought I wasn't in Tanzania, but I did try to convince them. Finally, they managed to understand me that I'm a fellow Tanzanian. Oh my God. This happened so many times. I think even I was in Kigoma, some of the people who actually were there, they did think that I'm actually a foreigner. I'm from Canada. Was it from Canada? Yeah, they did think that I'm a Canadian. I'm not a Canadian, I'm a Tanzanian. So yeah, those things do happen. So be sure to check your passport copy in your pocket and you come with it everywhere that you're going to. The other thing is, don't hesitate to ask questions for directions. Yes, you had it correct. When you're in Tanzania, people are actually so many here, and actually they could literally listen to your English, even though it's gonna be broken or it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be very straightforward. It's more British. American doesn't really make sense. The only thing that makes sense is that if you ask them anything, they are going to tell you the place that you wanna go, or at least they will redirect you to someone who can help you. Or if they don't know, they're gonna tell you, hey, we don't know, so you're gonna look for another person. So don't be scared to ask anything when you're on the way. That's the third thing that you should do in Tanzania. Now, the other thing which is very, very important right now is getting a SIM card. Whenever you're in any country, literally getting a SIM card is very essential for real. Because when you're actually at that place, you really don't want to rely on the Wi-Fi's. The Wi-Fi's of most of the places, most of the countries, they're not really that good. Unless otherwise you're probably in America, I think so. Or if you're actually in Europe, I think so. They might be quite good. Or if you're in China, yeah, that would be a good idea. But if you're actually here in our country, the best thing you should just get yourself a SIM card and get cheap bundles and cheap things from the internet. Anyway, the last thing is have a plan. Yes, you had it correct. Whatever you want to do in Tanzania, please do have a plan written down. If you haven't written it, probably you should write it in your mind. Yeah, write it on your mind, because if you don't write it down, then what else are you gonna do? Just roam around? No, that's not the way of traveling. And I liked one of the things that this is not inside the topic. I just cut it off. So literally, have a plan on the things that you should do. So those are the 5 things that you should do in Tanzania. Very, very essential. Apart from other things, let's get to the don't do's in Tanzania. So these are the don't do's in Tanzania. Do not use Modokasi during the night. I'm sorry to Tanzanians, I'm sorry to Tanzania itself, I'm sorry to everyone who is in Tanzania, I'm sorry to whoever is concerned about this comment or about this statement that do not use Modokasi at night. Yes, or in the evening sometimes, because it's congested with a lot of, and that's why we have one among the do things is having a Bolt application, so as you can use the Bolt application. And not I'm doing this because I'm getting paid with the Bolt app or something like that. No, this is not even a getting paid video. It's just me saying my options, saying my opinions after living Tanzania for more than 15 years. If you haven't seen that video, check that out. So these are my opinions, by the way. If you haven't known, don't use the Modokasi application during the night. It has a lot of people like go and scramble. Like it's not ideally good thing. If you really have less things to carry, then you can try for the experience. You can try. I do personally myself use Modokasi at night sometimes, and I'm not complaining about that. But if not, then I think that's the best option. You can use other, we call them dollars, but they're not that much of ideal. So the other thing that you should not do not walk alone at night. In all the places that you'll be going, I think you should be careful not walking at night alone. Oh my god. So walking at night alone is gonna give you a big risk, because walking yourself alone, it's okay. But when it comes at night, there are a lot of things. Because here actually there's some people actually have been storing phones, especially when you're around Kariakoo in those big cities. Even here in the local villages, don't really walk at night, actually from 11 and above or 12 depending on the place. Some places, actually if you go to town, it's very congested with people even if it's around 12, but you can still get worried when you're walking at night alone. So if you're a foreigner, be sure to get your friend who is a local, or if you don't have a friend who is a local, at least a fellow foreigner, you guys can walk together at night. That's an okay. But if you're alone, I advise you to not walk alone, or just put your phone on your ear at night anywhere that you wanna be. Do not do that. So the other thing that you should not do, not take pictures everywhere. There are some places that you can go and take pictures and they'll be allowed. There are some places that they are not allowed. So first, before you do that, be sure to check the environment. If the environment really allows you, you can try. But some of the places that are really concerned, especially when you're using a camera like the DSLR that I'm using, the mirrorless camera, sorry. So the camera that I'm using. So if you're actually looking for a picture, it's best always, if you go anywhere, just use your mobile phone. Okay, if you go anywhere, you can try using your phone, but if you're using a camera, they kind of get concerned, especially the guards and all that stuff. But if you're just using your phone, I think less people are gonna get concerned. So one of the things that you should not do, don't carry a DSLR or a camera and shoot or record. Do whatever you wanna think, just use the phone. Anyway, so the other thing that you should know, that do not drink tap water. In Tanzania, yes, there is security, there is safety, there is all this stuff of cleanness and stuff. Yes, it's advertised, it's told, and so on and so forth. But one of the things is, do not drink the tap water, especially when you're actually in your hostels. Do not drink tap water. They can kind of get messy, so you really don't want to get into that. And by the way, one of the things that I really thought of, when you drink those waters and you're not having insurance of your health and you don't have even a card going to the hospital, though I did talk about hospitals in Tanzania and they are okay, you can go as a foreigner and you get treated. But if you speak in English, if you don't speak in English, in Chinese, in another language, it's kind of getting cumbersome for you to do that. Yeah, so if you actually a foreigner enjoying a hostel, do not use those tap water and drink. Just use them for brushing your teeth. It's okay, but for drinking water, I don't really advise you. No matter what they say or suggest to you that they are clean, do not. Please go and get the real drinking water. He'll give me a thumbs up, thanking me later. So the last thing, do not keep your phone exposed. You had me correct, especially if it's at night. Do not keep your phone exposed. Yeah, what I mean is that, for example, those guys who are actually going back. Oh my god, when you are going back to your place at night and you're feeling like, oh my god, this is a good building, I think it has a good picture moment, then you're kind of taking a picture of it. Sincerely, that's a good thing for your own memory. But for other people, it's not a good thing. First of all, you need to be careful with what we call border borders. They could literally snap your phone and you will regret that, especially when it's an expensive one. And it's gonna be your own fault, because I did already tell you that you should not do that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope I haven't taken so much minutes. And until we meet again, be sure to check out my other videos. By the way, if you have a plan of traveling to Tanzania, be sure to subscribe. I have a lot of details, and I did a video about explaining how you can travel to Tanzania very cheap. And if you want to share this life, subscribe also, because I did a video on explaining the expensive travel in Tanzania. Until we meet again, peace out and bye bye.